What's up, guys? Well, if you haven't heard, Magic the Gathering finally going to be doing some live action movie, TV series stuff. And funny enough, I actually recorded a video like a day or two ago where I was essentially ranting kind of why every TCG needs some sort of anime, Netflix animated series. And also, what was it, like a month or actually probably a couple months ago, I made a video called, Magic the Gathering, the anime. And essentially in that video, I had rambled about how they need to make some sort of fresh base set product, which they actually ended up doing. They actually ended up making foundations. So I made that video before foundations. So that was actually probably a while ago, actually, now that I think about it. Time flies. But essentially in this video, I was talking about, hey, you need to make some sort of base set product, fresh start product, and then you need to make an anime, and you need to tie them together. Well, they didn't really do that exactly. They did the Foundations product, but now they've finally come out and they've announced live action. Now, I'll be honest, as I'm sure everyone's going to say, I'm a little bit worried the fact that it's live action. I don't like that it's live action. Now, the Dungeons and Dragons movie wasn't bad. It was a good movie, right? But I really think, again, you need some sort of... You can do like a live action movie, but you really need like some sort of animated series on Netflix, something to kind of hook the weeb. You need the power of the weeb. I won't really get into, do I think the show's going to be, or the movie's going to be trash, or whoa, or whatever nonsense. Again, they did pretty decent with the Dungeons and Dragons movie, so we'll see. Again, I wish it could have been an anime, but it is what it is. That's really all I have to say about it. Again, if you really want to hear my thoughts on it, watch the Magic the Gathering, the anime video I made. And I'm going to basically, this is really all I have to say about it. It's interesting, it's cool. But if you want to kind of know my true feelings, go watch the Magic the Gathering anime video. And now you can watch this 7 minutes of me rambling about why I think Flesh and Blood needs to have an anime. Honestly, kind of why all TCGs need to have an anime or a show. But that's it. Hope you guys are excited. Hope the show's good. And enjoy the clip of me rambling, and we'll see you guys. What's going on, guys? Today, we have another episode of Marketing with To Go Box, where I give billion-dollar companies priceless advice. And, well, we hope that we can help them out just a little bit, right? Now, today's video, I'm gonna essentially, we're gonna focus this more on the Fab TCG, but any TCG can only take this advice, and there's already a few that have. So, this video can be summed up in one word, or I should say this advice can be summed up in one word. And I'll start that with, let me ask you a question. If I had told you that one of the top TCGs, the top coming TCGs, competing with, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of in that, trying to break into the top three, but it's kind of still like, fourth, fifth, but huge successful TCG. If I would have told you that it was a pirate-themed TCG, would you have believed me? Or would you have laughed at me? Because let's be honest, no one's really into pirates unless you spend way too much time at the Renaissance Fair, right? Now, on the other hand, if I had told you that this upcoming TCG that's going to be huge and competing for the top three, if I had told you that it was the #1 anime in the world, or around there, would you believe me then? Probably, right? So, let me ask you one last question. What do Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, One Piece, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, what do they all have in common besides being a card game? They're an anime. That's right. The #1 thing for any card game, you gotta have an anime, okay? I've been writing Wizards of the Coasts for 20 years. Well, no, I really haven't. I made one video. And I'm essentially going to rant again, because I'm not going to stop ranting about this because I think I'm onto something. Let me ask you, League of Legends, Cyberpunk, These are two games that I have friends that would never have ever touched them. But they watched the series on Netflix and they got really into it, and so they went and played the games. How many of us think that, well, I already know the answer to this, think that Pokemon would be around if it wasn't for the show and the video game? Those are the two things that made the TCG possible. Again, you need, and I've said this before with Pokemon, and you can even apply this with Yu-Gi-Oh! With Yugi and his wacky hair. You need something, a figure, a creature, something in this universe that I can show it to anybody in the world, 5-year-old, 500-year-old, and they can be like, oh, that's the dude from the Pokemon, oh, that's from the Pokemon, you know. They don't know what it is, but they know it, right? Magic doesn't have, tell me one thing in Magic that I can flash at somebody and they'd be like, oh, that's that Magic, that's that card game that everybody plays, right? Doesn't have that. If you can make some, you need the ooh-woo, all right? You need the fan service. I've said it multiple times. There is nothing, probably the two most powerful forces on this earth when it comes to irrational spending is card collectors and weebs, okay? These people set money on fire like it's their job, okay? If you can tap into this market, oh Lord, I'm telling you, if they could make a flesh and blood anime, get it on Netflix. There you go, James. There you go. You just 10x'd Flesh and Blood. You're welcome. You can thank me. Just in the credits, put in honor of To Go Box or something like that, right? It's that simple. It's that, I don't even need to go any further. You've already got all the characters. You've got you've got everything you need. Now go make an animated series. I get that with Flesh and Blood, you want it to be in person, a card game, right? You don't have to make a video game. That's fine. But make an anime. I'll even say this, Magic at least had back in the night, right? They at least had the books. There was some, like, people who, if you wanted to get into the lore of Magic, like with Urza and stuff, like, you could get into the lore. I don't know how deep the lore is with Magic anymore, but I will say that they at least did that. I don't know if they did a comic series, but I know they at least did some books, right? So you at least had some sort of fan service, but the power of the weeb, the power of anime. You need to make an anime for your TCG. I don't care if you put it on Netflix, wherever, do it. Okay? It's that simple. I don't even really need to go any deeper than that. Give me one reason why they shouldn't. Give me one reason why they shouldn't. Especially with how big it is. Like, as far as I'm aware, Flesh and Blood is huge in Asia, right? And, you know, us Americans, we love our fan service. We love the ooh-woo. So, James, brother, you can even have a character who has his collar popped like 5 miles high. Do it. Do it. I promise you, you will just print money. You will never see so much money. Like, it's guaranteed. Other than that, you need a Pikachu, right? I've explained this before. You need something that's eternal, forever. I can just show it to my grandma and she can be like, oh, you need that. So, say what you will. You can keep all the super competitive, hardcore, you know, like, I like that, right? But go make some super violent anime. That's what I want to see. I want to see a super violent anime where everyone dies except, like, one person at the end. That's what I want to see. I mean, who doesn't, right? Am I right? That's really all I got today, guys. I have a video coming out on, like, Flesh and Blood print runs coming up soon. We're going on this huge fab journey, so I hope you can join me with it. This is just kind of some little filler content while I get some other stuff recorded. I will continue to make these videos until somebody makes either a Magic the Gathering anime or a Flesh and Blood anime, or even if so, okay, someone make another TCG anime, like, right? Like, Bakugan, for example. Bakugan would have never gotten as far as it did if it wasn't an anime to begin with. That's the whole reason it even got anywhere. I mean, it's trash, and it's like, trust me, there are tons of failures, right? Like, you can definitely fail at this. But if you've got a good game, like Flesh and Blood, brother, make the anime. I'm gonna make a video every month about Flesh and Blood anime until Flesh and Blood makes one. Don't think I'm kidding, James. I'm serious. Anyway, hey, happy 2025, everyone. It's going to be an amazing year. I'm super excited. So far, it's been a fun one. We'll see you around.